Tim Enriquez with the National Personal Training Institute. Today's video is about what is the scope of practice for a personal trainer. Understanding the scope of practice is important because it tells you what you can do, and then equally important, what you can't do. People often complain that personal training is unregulated and that personal trainers don't really know what to do or that they're well qualified, but I disagree in terms of what trainers should be able to do, because by following our clearly defined scope, I think it does define exactly what things we should be experts on and then what things are outside our realm of expertise. So let's get right to it. What is the scope of practice for a personal trainer? It's as follows: to enhance the components of fitness for the general healthy population. So there's really two things in there. We're improving the components of fitness. We need to fully understand that, and then we need to really understand what does the general healthy population actually mean. Let's take a look at it. The components of fitness are broken down into 5 classic components of fitness plus several subcomponents. The classic components of fitness are muscle strength and then muscle endurance. Strength is that ability to do something one, endurance is that ability to do something repeatedly. For example, bench press versus push-ups. Cardiovascular endurance, expressed by your VO2 max, so your ability to go run a mile and a half or perform other aerobic feats. Flexibility, the range of motion at a joint. And then finally, body composition, so understanding how much lean mass versus how much fat mass you have. Personal trainers should be experts in these components of fitness. They should understand everything there is to know about them, at least as much as they can, and then they should understand how to help clients achieve their goals that are related to these components of fitness. And when in doubt, a personal trainer should always relate a client's goal to this. So if somebody says they have more energy, we can't generate energy, but we can improve their VO2 max, we can help them with nutrition so they have better food intake, things like that, which will result in improved energy, at least the feeling of that. This is not meant to be an exhaustive list. These are the classic components. There are some subcomponents as well, including power, speed, agility, and quickness, and so trainers will have some expertise in building up those as well. And of course, certain trainers can choose to specialize in one area or another. So those are the components of fitness. That's what trainers should be educated on to improve and help their clients out. Okay? The second aspect of that was, what is this general healthy population? How do you know if you're in that? Well, that's a relatively long discussion, but in short, we're looking at it's people that are defined as low risk, as defined by the American College of Sports Medicine's risk stratification guideline. How do you become low risk? Well, you answer a battery of questions, and it's important that you don't have any signs or symptoms of disease. Obviously, if you actually have a disease, you're not low risk. And then you need to have one or fewer risk factors. Things like blood pressure, cholesterol, obesity, things like that are all risk factors. If somebody has less than one or less, okay, then they're going to be good to go. In general, that's people that are about 50 years old, because age is a risk factor as well, and that don't have hardly any risk factors. Okay. That person is low risk. That person does not need to go see a doctor. A personal trainer is now qualified and ready to work with them. But what happens if somebody's outside the scope? That doesn't mean we can't work with them. It simply means we refer them out. So if I have a 70-year-old client who has 3 risk factors, I can still train them. I have to go very easy and light until they are cleared by a doctor. Most of the time the clearance will be good to go, but the doctor can then give me more information about what we can do with that person. So personal trainers do have a clearly defined scope that tells them what they should do and what they shouldn't be doing, right? We shouldn't be cracking people's back. We obviously don't make a diagnosis. We don't tape up people or brace people or do acute rehab. All those things are outside the scope. But getting someone bigger, stronger, faster, helping them out lose weight, helping them build some muscle, helping them improve their cardio, helping them improve their flexibility, helping them eat right, that's well within the scope of practice for personal trainers, and that's what we're trained to do. If you need more information, feel free to check out the textbook, NPTI's Fundamentals of Fitness and Personal Training, which tells you everything you need to know about how the body works and how it responds to exercise. Or look us up on the web, nationalpti.edu.